Okay, hi. Michael Jackson tour rumours now seem stronger and more likely than ever. His good friend, Ed Hardy fashion designer Christian Audigier, I don't know how to say his name, told Hollywood.tv photographers that Michael Jackson is touring in July and that he'll be in London this week to make an official announcement. Very exciting news, but also a little bit confusing. People usually go on tour to promote an album. Michael hasn't had a new album since 2001. Though there is a 30th anniversary version of his album Off the Wall coming out very soon, so maybe this is going to tie in with that, I'm not too sure. Rumours have been flying around for quite a while that he is working on a new album, so why go on tour before the album comes out? Tour rumours have been happening for years, so this might just turn out to be another one that didn't happen, but the fact that Christian Audigier, whatever, said about it, then, I mean, it makes it seem a little bit more real than most other times. But hey, here's hoping. But he hasn't actually done a tour in like 12 years now, so I can't even imagine, he's 50 years old, I can't even imagine he'd have the stamina to do a full tour anymore, but we'll see. Speaking of tours, the Britney Spears lip sync tour is starting in a matter of hours in New Orleans. Very exciting. I call it the lip sync tour because, let's face it, that's exactly what it's going to be. Except for the crazed Britney fans, they'll look you straight in the eye and say, she sang 100% live. I remember back in the old days when she was strapped to a hospital bed and taken to hospital in an ambulance after holding her child hostage in the bathroom. But the fans were remaining positive. I remember they were saying that she was so lucky because she got to be chauffeured around LA in a very own ambulance. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. So glamorous. Anyway, with the tour, can we talk about Perez Hilton for a minute? What the fuck is he doing getting his own video cameo there on the tour? Do you remember back in the day he became infamous for hating her? He used to say the most horrible things about her, and I think that he's reporting on Britney Spears is what took him from being an everyday blogger to being a worldwide household name. And now all of a sudden Britney's going on tour and he gets to have his own little video as part of the show? I have a theory. I bet you I know what happened. Him and Team Britney sat down and they came up with a deal. He gets to be an attention-seeking whore and go out there and promote himself on the Britney Spears tour, and in return he says nothing but nice things about Britney and the show. I guarantee we're not going to see anything negative said about this tour from him. There'll be no mention of the lip syncing, and if the show's as dull and boring as those promotional performances she was doing a few months ago, he won't be saying that either. He'll be saying how great it is to see her back and blah blah blah. But hey, he's not the idiot. He's doing what he does and he's making millions of dollars, so who are we to judge? Yeah, and speaking about judgment, Rihanna goes back to Chris Brown. How do you all feel about that? I know it's supposed to be none of our business, but it's happening in the news and it's all over the internet and it's very hard to stay objective and say that's none of my business. What the fuck is she doing going back to him? His career's obviously ruined, that's a given. But by her going back to him like this, is this going to negatively affect her career? I have a feeling it could, because the public have a hatred for him now, and by her going back to him, that's sort of like sending out a message that what he did is okay. Whereas if she left him and she stood up and went, I'm going to represent women everywhere and stand up against domestic violence, she would be like a hero. I mean, look at Jennifer Hudson. She was loved and adored anyway, and she's a very talented girl. But after the tragedy happened with her family, oh my God, people are going nuts for her now. Like, she comes out on stage and she goes out on Oprah, people are crying, oh my God. So yeah, I think Rihanna could have had that like hero factor, but now she's gone back to Chris Brown. I really don't think that's gonna happen. What'll be interesting is to see if Chris Brown tries to come back with music and performances, or if he just realizes that it's way over for him and he should just keep a low profile. But how can you keep a low profile if you did that to her and then you still remain being with, what the hell? It's none of our business. But it is our business. But it's none of our business. Anyway, that's all I got today. Oh, and stalk me on Twitter. It's fun. And enjoy the circus. Okay, bye.
Ooh, it's so thick and salty.